Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough, to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things, Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. Buya matinyana. Buya matinyana. Buya matinyana. Oh, buya matinyana. Yeah, so buya. Buya matinyana. Buya matinyana. Yeah. Buya matinyana. Oh, buya matinyana. Say, I call you Jireh, say. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Eunice. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are my everything. Yeah. Are you ready, everybody? All right, listen. Buya mi ground, come here. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending wherever you are. Mede nchiakesie efri BWF Solicitor studio ha ede edma baby biara wo mema wache mema ha ma wajo mi penye fe keba wa program ni wa chole BWF Solicitors legal hour enenso adom ne ntino yede ebro na megide se baby awo bia wo hwe me no unsa kan se ya bape na watu anamon fefefe na ode ahye together na obi nso enya ho ahwe ene yebe sori bia no enye ya ho oden enye ya itumi na mom adom bi ne kraye na itumi sori na yemfasa adwumedie embra esanse adwumedie ye adwuma bi a aboa amansan bebre na yehwe emfasode a ede ama no entumi ma yenkwan mpo se yenja yegidi se wonso a ene wutie me no wochefa ebi ewom se nye wo mpo a na ebeye adamfo bi onua bi odofo bi ene nti no mesre se unye tie ya frefre onua bi wadamfo bi ebusuani bi call friends to friends family siblings obia se emre na so se ye ba beti BWF Solicitors legal hour eye me uniaba manukitwa manye nate ana manyeti ejina ano na yenya ye senior anase yenya one of our partners no anase a resource person oni embefa saa enimdie mo na megide se wonko babia obeka ye ho fitisisebrea just 11 pe ni yewie na ye bewie no advice education information obenya wa ha no obetumi de ato anamompa tweme meba sisia enko babia.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Yo, onuadofo ya sign aba ye twa ye ho nyina kakra bi ya ba nkrankra bi a ehwe me denchi akese e de mawo enenso ahoden aba se yemfa edwumadie embra makwan mu ene ye Friday we be se nka na normally ye can Friday the 13th but na the Friday on the 14th and the 14th of June 2024 na say emre no eko is just halfway through the month at the year no and a month no so echemu enti no nyoma ekọ enim na nyoma ekọ enim no ya na ni nyina brabo mu nsem na etie ne se obia a osiso se obepe ne ho kafo no eye odobi atenke bi bibi peke bi ema echewo so ema utu sa anamo no se obenya wo ho kafo na oni natena asomdwe mu sanso na se utu kwan ukọ obi manso a ansa na odi ubenya obi nso na odi atu anamo wa brabo mu no ese wo ho eye wo ho kafo no eto de bia eya na yinim se ni nyina pi ekowie peye ewo odo so ba enye bibia na ya na odo nso ena emayen tu sa anamo obi wo ho a ahochichire bi na ma wetu anamo bi obi wo ho a embia ne da so bi a opese oye bibi da achi bi ena mema na tu anamo bi obi wo ho a obetumi akase oberime ya na obai mi a mehwe buta mehwe ne niye mehwe na brabo mu se mede me ho bata na me nso da achi bi no metumi akọ enim internet chese oho no odo no ewo ho na mmom butai foforo bi nso eka ho enti butai ye de ware no enye ne nyina nso na sebio ne nyina bewie peye obehua na butai na odisi weni ne so no na kire se akodu baabi akodu pempen so bi a sa butai no se eko nenim se eko nechi na kire se mummie no no embia na ma adwen ankoye kro adwen kro ambemu na wunti aba kika aba minti ase bi aba na afede ebeba ne se sa buta bi anka da weni so anka wo kafo na ka ho de betu anamo no ankobem na ba ne se ne o se mu jai sa aware na no bia anko ne ba bi na asomdwe mbra na when na se ba ne se embia odo na odi ko mu no wakonya oberime bi ana oba bi ne na hihye aware ma ware kama embia oba wom ana se mbakra enimu a se ekoba ne se sa ne pei wakoye obi a ofi sa abro no isu bi oye yiyu ne meka kosi yiyu fo ye European Union mo kita mo nkrata na mo aba UK na mo be ware wo UK obehu a onim se wukunu de oye yiyu ni uyere de oye yiyu ni one ne ti afibo yi de da chi be won so no ubenya nkrata atenase na makoye no obehu se ne bia ya mawo esin ye mawo ne nyina ye be mawo embia America kra uwie sa amre na ne ato aso na afi de wagi afebo na ekoba ne se afebo ye a woni da so se daache ubenya no na aware ne mo nsem aye basa na momo atete momo tete a afi na ato adwendwen meni meyire meni me kunu atete meye den na makomenim se ne ka eda meni no aban de me anase aban onfa mame no na akoye wo adwendwen nene eye me de bebre eye me ahosepe eye me fe se ne ye ba be pinchin sem bi sei na se wo situation bi mu saa na wonso behu anamo a obeto na wode nya wonso so wafebo no na asomdwe aba enti ene me de nije behia yen lawyer papa bi yen lawyer teacher ya ye bibia lawyer Charles Asmah na omfanchi akese embe maitiefo na omfa mahwefo na afede ne wo ho no me de atodwa ne akọ enti lawyer Asmah mpacho ma special good morning anope.
Good morning, na pachapo moe.
Adomo nkwa me ho ye se mo nso mo ho ye wo.
Yesu nyame adom, ya ho ye pa.
Midasi we de akonya no metuma na itiefo ehwe ye amansan nyina ehwe ye edudo nso etie ye nti no fanchi akese acknowledge them no mu hu say omo hu hia ye mpa ansa na ye de nkomode no asoso.
Yo, viewers and listeners, hello to you all. Good morning. Edin check say efi BWF Solicitors asay ebrel. Baby a wo bia anopai. Gide se obia ho ye wa wo kọ ejumam. Wa wo fi ejumam ba. Baby a wo bia no gide se yenyina ye ho ye. Ende enkomo no eye de. Fi se efa bebre ho. Mfa wo ho a ebefa wadamfo anase wo nua bi ho. Timoma yenkambom yensua ade na yenko yenim.
Yo last man midasi na ye bia home office omon kan mo na otwi mu. O we se bibia bibia ye tumeti e be ende anase nye ende ana omon kan mo na yenko yenim. So mo de bia na o
Oh,
magamo.
I mean, senior yenim no I quite to say your application ya na eche. Eche sa na quite to say employer baka say kofa employer checking service kofa bibi branches sala utumi ye adwuma. Employers so no so mo no mo yes ade no ba ya na esen say a long process ninti. No more than aba nimpa no. Na ekwekopie mu say court say say home office obi ye application omutumi ema no bibia kire say otumi ye adwuma senya yi for ye application ema certificate of application say otumi ye adwuma ko sita mo decision baba no say omo aka no so yetumi ma wo letter bi ana say bibi kire say ye saka wade no nti otumi ye wo adwuma ko sita time a obenya decision. Nti ye hwe kwan se ne court aka no aban asoye a ye friend no home office de sa ade no be ye adwuma na pressure ye ko nkrofo so because no visa mbaye na employers who di wonya na kofa we echina kofa we na even employer checking service verification kra no aya it take 6 months. Every 6 months as I say we renew and as I go check you. So what's the point? Why checking the one next decision in my how will you then say it's a panel possible say only? But employer no onim na ekoso. So they have to always do that. Until senior akobe there a good news. You should say omo de be ye adwuma na pressure no akofo.
Yo, medase, ne nyina ka ho bi mane yeye. Ye betwen na o twen so a na ja o hwere mpabogu ekire because case workers ne bebre. Sebi o. Eya na o hu ne omo pa kire wo office ho. Yakohu bi pen. Yo, ye bekọ yenim na emre ne ko ne ntine yemfa yen topic ne ye wo embetu dwa.
Na ne aida baka ho no so ne say yenim say 31st of December 2024 last day say yebekura BRP and I say BRC cards.
Sa.
Na ne ekopie mu ne say aban hihye no ento mu ye. and I say in CP.
Mm.
And a better possible say 1st January 2025 baba no na ye say yen use card. Nti yakoba ne sa aban etu anamo a obefa so a obia a oni card no ana say ewu no ese ne o se oye. Some say afutu a ho ne say so card ebewu a when you say, oh, me train after all, December na yes, so be a dear be me train a when I could renew no now fetch a ho. Possibility so renew and still I know mama on 31st December, but because I buying to say I know Wama Intasia ye Juma say and yet possible set 31st December no ebe wie sa no ebe possible so could renew extend and say omo beko nenim beyond 31st of December. The next one so ye e-visas no. Na buy expectation ka buy sa date na nka obia etumi enrolli na nka wakosa e-visa no so by ye enim say ye eho no ye ndu ye. Aban tumi emfa enyomengu akwan mu a obia betumi enrolli by that date. Tinti na akohia say card no enye possible say by 31st December no na obia na ewu anase ye twom. Ti ye hwe this week, next week, and following month, ne aban edebaba, mama the community so aye aware na yetumi ada ye ho eso.
Sa yeda say I said time Brexit eba no na ne amamre nso no ebe mu kan enti me de aba ne say na ehuhu ne yekoye no yekoye chi ye twen ne obeka no say yi visa no na obehya ase aye. I think say it's best time you do it na ansa na bedu baby na obi be internet ne be jamo ti say Brexit there no na obi submit na ade no twa ne ho saa submission date ne ntumi mba ma me entwen enkodu saa. Let's just take bold step na yenye ne didada yinim no na edu 31st December no nso a ye betwa eno ase yakodu epokoko na no kwan ya befa so ye betwa no ye gidi sa ban beboa ya ma ye twa enti lawyer Charles ye da sin sisi amema me producer de me topic a me wo ene no ebetu dwa na yendi ho enkomo kakra me di kan a kyerɛkyerɛ little bit prelude bi abeto ho ama wehu se wo tie me from beginning na ama wehu ne me pa kyerɛ no na mom answer na mesa komu yie no me fa ntia kese emma dodo na aba platform ne so titiri me nua ba tiliduma or say hello lovely family tili nyame enhira wabebobɔ record bebre ebedu Sandra Fraser so say good morning. Oh, please share. Excuse me. Share. Well, as soon as you join, just share the program now. Obi nso enye bi na yenko yenim saa nso no obobodi na dodo na menua Margaret Edujemfi Edumensa facheme why was it free legal education o twen den we dey unko tena consultation ko pe sike bi ntia we free wo bebisa wo question free na lawyer say you are no free just join. Come and listen to the education. After that, you can ask your question. And Margaret, yeah, say kindly share the video, invite families and friends. Thank you. Yeah, that's yeah. The moment you come in, may acknowledge you. So now wait to me. Who say yes? Yeah, yo, yeah, na and then topic I had to jano. Tiawa and so more do and more fair. Na me jede say a common man sign. Ekuma amansa enam sa aware de ye de ni je hia aware nanso ye komu wie a ene ehu se from enti hoda se esini etekrema ntokwa no besi saa nso mo ka bom na mom ekodu aware de a eye siu eye tekrema o omoko side ba bia o se omumu chiche ene ebam na ebam na se mo de no buta bi gina mu ti se embia mekọ ware me nua be mekọ ware me kunu ya na me yiri na ne nkrata bi etwitwa agim wo baabi ene se ha na etwitwa agim no afi de aba ne se ye mo betiti eye yen yiyufo titiro no na me a ana ono a onya ne de ensie no obeye den enti no topic a yakokukura ba ne se how do I obtain my EU settled status if my marriage to my EU partner has broken down beyond repair? Nature say, ya warrior na me ni me EU partner. Eware ye no. Ya ku saa ye didi ye ho atem saa chese hunti abasa chese ye ni cranes ye nkampo se ye na ye kan I do ye nyina hye mpa ba kum ye nkai na chese abase o se ye mutete na mum ye mutete no Asmah ye mutete ya me de NCP me ye den na menya me settle status ye nim se eno nso na wonya wonim se afede wo ya pem anase obetumi kura gina waawo so e de akọ w'anim na se eba ne sa se ente sa meye den Asmah enti ye be ma ye be san frɛ na wa be kyerɛkyerɛ nkakra se ma ware me yiyu partner aware no emo atwintwan tinton ye repair bia anye yi ye de glue so a enye yi ye de counseling so a enye yi bibia de be ka no enye yi na kyerɛ sɛ ye mo atete mikro nti ase me yere nti ase o se da bi ompe menim ahwe na me nso a me nkrata me nya me settle status ya me kunu ana me yere adaro man nti na me di Kenya pre-settled no sesi a we ja me ye den na makomenim pacho metuma
Yo, na me dase bebre. Etefo na ahwefo. Ende nkomo no ohia osande. Ye ni another EU family member. Family member the child, grandchild. Even in those days, before end of 2020 Krano, we're talking about extended family members. Now, the husband or wife, you are all family members. Now, yesha, EU Imreno, the original agreement, IFN treaty agreement of the European Union, the Imrano there shall be free movement of goods and services and persons. In the Nkomono, about goods and services, it's about persons. And the persons can move through freely from one state to another state, including their family members. In terms of akwatena yi your mindful froswa, one o family no etumi ko emane ye. Ana ekoba say Britain ate ne ho. Britain ti ne ho no na akoba say inya agreement bi between omo aka no ene Britain a ote ne ho no. Ene na ye friend no withdrawal agreement. Another European Union Withdrawal Agreement Act 2020. The Duana friend of Brexit Act 2020. Na Sam Rano Bayano na etre obi a obetumi enya akwanya ewo immigration emrano ho ewo UK within the EU original agreement no. Enti na say we family member na say anasa we EU ni a na Brexit aba ese obia enye EU settlement scheme. Akoba say you can buy through the Secretary of State for the Home Department. I kind of short Home Office. As you share policy say, so policy we have friend no appendix EU to the immigration rules. And then the EU application in no kwanya ya bafa so you be decide and I say you be treat no. Na ekoba se nimpa no betumi atoa so a enya EU mfaso as say nimpa no kura EU passport and as a citizenship by 31st December 2020 na oti UK omemu. And now so say oye EU family member oti UK omemu. anase onya akwanya se ye beto insa afre no se ombra join ne family member no a owo UK omemu no esane se sa family member no ewo akwanya se obetena UK omemu na sa na tie dia application ben na sa nimpa no obeye nti aban hwehwe emra se EU applications no ebegum ahodo mienu the edikan no a friend no pre-settled status for one won di 5 years ewo UK omemu na SSE omuguso etna UK omemu after Brexit na yewo settled status which remove a indefinite leave to remain under EU rules. One no watna UK omemu for 5 years. Santi omo qualify say omunya asetna afibo. Eno kra no yehwemu ano court actually mu say ehia mpo say saafo no ombeye application because anya by force. Nti akoba say saafo no nanka eba ma 2 years every 2 years. Some susun say omo en renew omo ade a. Na aban san actually mu say enye 2 years biom na mom afiri ebe ye no 5 years every 5 years. To pa ube decide say wo nye EU application kra na wo no ube kra mu sa forever. But bia na ebe hia say ubetumi ede sa akwantuo no ekosi ewieye aye friend no indefinite leave to remain without immigration control or restriction. Santi nimpa no betumi esusun anasa ye na adwen say meye settled status no bi ama abrebia enhia say mekose mekwaje kakra na me de atena na yehwe emra no a ye wo bibia ye friend no paragraph EU 2 of appendix EU to the immigration rules. Paragraph EU 2 now all can say so wo your application for indefinite leave to remain a settled status no a as I say uchire mu say application no why ye mane meet paragraph EU 9. Paragraph EU 9 is about validity of the application. So where you use the right form and was submitting it correctly. And now I say, as I say, who proving to say you are not under any suitability condition or issue. So your application is not falling for refusal or does not fall for refusal under paragraph EU 15 or paragraph EU 16. Those ones are mandatory refusal grounds. Or not or and so we hear again indefinite and there's a certain status application for EU no as I said which room say who meet requirements under paragraph EU 11 of appendix EU to the immigration rules. Into EU 11 no a certain status application who asem. And then your question is say me worry EU ni and na me no eti UK or memu. Santi odini EU honhom akata me so. Na sa honhom no efi ho, efi say aware no na ede honhom ne baaye. Na aware nso ejija ekodi mpempansu mpo say awareguo aba anasa awregyae aba. Santi sa honhom no eni ho biem. Sa honhom no ebrase a emra ne say dan na yemfa nyawo. Sana tie dia and then enkomo no I say how do I obtain my EU settled status if my marriage to my EU partner eye honhom a ekata wo so and EU no ma woninya asetena wo UK no sa aware no egu a now there's no way ye betumi aka bomu biemu a then na meye menya me EU status settled no. Na yewo kasa bi wo mmara mu a yefrɛ no supervening event. Supervening event. Na saa supervening event yi na ɛkyerɛ ne sɛ nipa no ɛte yiyi honhom ase a sɛ ɛyɛ aware ana sɛ awoɔ. Awoɔ de a na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ child ana sɛ grandchild. Sɛ yɛ aware a na kyerɛ sɛ sɛnea yɛnim no waware nipa no ɛna wetumi anya akwanya sɛ nipa no abɛyɛ wo family. Nti yɛhwɛ annex 1 to the immigration rules appendix EU no a ɔma definitions ɛwɔ hɔ. Definition no edikan sɛ family member. Family member no kyerɛ mu a ɔse a child of an EU national or a child of an EU national's partner. So let's just say biological child or a stepchild of an EU national. Grandchild of an EU national, or in a way step-grandchild of an EU national. Now, partner of an EU national, that's wife or husband or civil partner. Now, wachiremu extended for no, but send no extended for no, application no, and ni hobiem. But be now we extended ni o qualify before mra no besesa na ubisa won say wobetumi aye sa application we and settled no aye kan ho asam no ana. But because na nkomo no aye limited to marriage no enti yan call into detail about the other forms of relationship no. Say aye birth and as an extended familiar relationship no yanko ho bebre ye begina marital relationship. Inti aware no na ka ubo mu na wo be EU family member na wa qualify. And mra so say there shall be free movement of persons free movement of persons are EU for across the member states. And these persons will include family members of those EU nationals. Also, we are EU national because we are EU, you know. Which UK or we are pre-settled status. Na our no egu. Enti enche mama producer edi mfonyi baako mienu bi akyerɛ yɛn. Bebi a yefi, nea esi, ni bebi a yɛde kɔ. Nti once mama keywords no anase nyoma yegyina so edi nkomo no mama producer ama me mfonyin baako a eye obi a okuta ne pre-settled status ewo UK memu under appendix UU no pre-settled. Nti edase bebre producer yehwe yenuen a owo EU settlement scheme status. But ne de no pre-settlement or settled. Let's just say onwieye. Mi jeni no onwieye. As far as immigration rules are concerned, no. Na yenuen ebisa no ho say ebre no eso a meyeden na makwaje settled status no. Because me ho kani anasa me ho kafo no oni ho biem ti honhom no a na ekata me so a me dinya pre-settled no sa honhom no efi me so se efi me so a den na meye na ye de man no na ondi 5 years o worry ni kunu anasa na yere na ye de man no Nti context no a date of marriage. Date of marriage. Enye date a yɛde ade wei ema wo, a date of marriage. Nti yɛnua ɛware 5 years ago. And there 5 years pepepe. Echina otumi ye settle status application no ema ne ye. Ɛna mmara ne se sa wo ba ye application na nipa na wona ne te no esesa wo da na di. Na wo de ne ho bibi eba e kire se ampa boti bom se awarefo ama ware no eye papa santi uguso eware nti uguso ejina ho semia na wo no nyoma bia nsesa ye ti ye ma wo afebo. Now aware no ni ho biem nti wontumi nka say bibi nsesa ye bibi asesa. Question: ni asesa no eye wo fault anase eye wo fault? Ena mra no ahwehwe mu na ose eye supervening event nti enye nipa no fault. Ebi ni awareguo, ebi ni owuo. In terms of birth there, we cannot change the birth position. We can change the marital position from marriage to divorce. We can change life position from life to death. But we cannot change the position of birth. And to me can say I was a child and I have ceased to be a child. That is not a supervening event. The supervening event, is mainly divorce or death. Na sa death na aba no nti ama ukun na won ne ho no oni ho biem. Anasa wo yire no a ne honhom na yakata wo so no eni ho biem. Eya wo fault na de bi. Aworgu aba for whatever reason. Eya wo fault na da bi because obia eni ho a o shada say o ware na wegu na ware. Nti it cannot be your fault. Sa aware no egu. Na say your fault there. Sa family relationship na wunya ya yiyu ahohom anasa ahoden eba wo so no. Yenyi emfi ho anase yema no entena ase ewo wo so da. Emra ne say because anya wo fault ni nti esese ewo ho da. Sa na tie dia akwanya na wo ewo time na aware no ewo ho no anase edimu no. Sa akwanya no ebekoso atena eho impo after the breakdown of the marriage or that supervening event, be it death or divorce. Eho no na emra no share says sa na etie dia akwanya na wo ayefa no right no, you will keep it or you will retain it. Until you will be a retention of right. For those people no are due to supervening event ninti yiyu honhom a na ekura won so a omutumi nya asetena we yiyu no abra ase no, they will continue to enjoy that right. Na na e pa chere say yiyu honhom ba wo so a emfi wo so e betena wo so da provided you can prove say near esi enie aworguo aba. Sa aworguo na aba evidence ben na wo de be kire. Enti producer the marriage certificate no beto board yi so amanyen. Yenim se nia emema wo ye yiyu family member no eye marriage certificate no. Fi say eno ni evidence say wa ba ye yiyu ni family member by operation of marriage. Inti yehwa nipa wei oware ni yiyu family member no enam no so odi benya yiyu akwenya. Uwo marriage certificate which me afa wo de na wa hwe. So this is not to tell you say this is what marriage certificate looks like. This is to tell you, say, young fan said near the board you see a nipa with marriage certificate. Or worry and our no egu. Santi, we if you were be replacing with divorce certificate. Sa divorce certificate no in a dia dance say empo sa waru na egu a honhom a na e wo so and you no sa honhom no enkoye because who divorce certificate. Tina just say wo application no a ye be hwe say time ben na awarugu ni baaye. Nti time awarugu ni baaye no they don't expect you say ube provide evidence say wo ne wo yere anase wo kunu mo wo ho anase na mo wo ho cause awarugu aba before awarugu no so beba no na bia muntem ayebasa aye for separation, either separation in heart or separation physical. What do I mean by physical separation? Bon say we iti ha na we iti ha ti ba ko efifie na wakwetena baby. That is physical separation. Separation in heart. Munyina mutifie baakum but munkasa. Munyina mutifie baakum ba munda embom. Munyina mutifie baakum ba baakum wen ya na waachia nani ahwaban. Munyina mutifie baakum baakum di baakum adwane. Na kire se ma separate e wo makoma mu. Tina aka ne de Eunice nko. So either separation in heart or separation physical, there is separation. So you can see that the moment a separation by no so no be din say nimpa no bia ni nyoma bia wo na especially so etu efifi a or the ubenya and so the be ma wo kosi time a divorce baba kosi time a wo ko say wo koye application for extension for settled status. Ndi sa na etia dia e say wutumi prove say na wo ni wo nimpa no wukunu wo yere no e wo ho from date of marriage to date to a separation no ba no. Up to date my divorce so up to the date separation by no and I say up to date divorce no by no so be more separation abade but owosra no otuminya evidence because aya or try say aware no begina and I say obetumi abo eho ban na ense kra nti evidence no e wo ho say omo joint account so omo say letters are eba efie ho e wo ba ni din mu and I say be ma ni din ni nyina owo ni nyina. But from the time I divorce by no, until in Cambium no, we need bibia ewo no ho ebiem. So na etia dia when we your application for certain status then and I would be prove say relationship no ewo ho. Edi kan we prove bibia up to date as separation and I say divorce by no depending on the circumstance. After that, you don't have to prove anything because it is not possible. Say nimpa no a we dwa line no and I say ono ato nkwanta apai no or the bibi be ma o. Nti divorce certificate no na we be di adance said this is my evidence say there has been a supervening event which is divorce. So anti relationship no eni ho biem. Nanso yi honhom a e ba me so e wo time ye ware ye no honhom no emfi me so because imrane say honhom no ba etna ho da. Ti me be si ha say na ya di pensem na ne ho nso me de abeka ho.
Yo, lo Asmah, wakyerɛkyerɛ mu aware mu nsɛm deɛ ɛyɛ ana ɛha adwen na mmom sɛ wohu kwan a wobɛfa so a wobɛtu anammɔn no a ɛyɛ ana ne nyinaa no sɛ ɛbɛwie pɛyɛ ɛno na ɛhia nti no lo Asmah wabɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu na yɛn nso yɛate sisi a no nsɛm kakra mmerɛ no kɔ and ɛtiefoɔ m aba ahoma no so mamonko just few minutes, just about 5 minutes per maybe a telephone line maybe sa lawyers man some kakra fa saa die we ho na afedie na mama mo telephone maybe a telephone line na mama na mo nso matumi ebisa mo question no na lawyers ma o kan nyina metie within na che say sɛnea tie bia no sɛ pre-settle na wo na wo sɛ wo nkonya settle status na mmom ne ukunu ana o yire no mo atete due to something I want to me repair no na there na obeye wa be chreche enti no memfa ne say yenim say ye wo ni nyina no emre eka ho emre eka ho say wode na ware bosome wode na ware afi mienu miensa ekọ no ne nyina etumi count towards ade we enti no me ne me kru sha ase ana me yere eware ye yi aware bibia ekoso kama ma hye edwuma ase bosome nsia ekọ enum endi afi obeme anaso obey say debi o na makano metino maye ni say ya ka ho asem bia ompene o say ye montiti na ye mo atiti ewie no senia okan bia na yetifie nso ye nkasa ye anase otini baby miso meti baby ye mo atiti afede ne ba ne se ne awaregyae abakra enti me a me de mpo endu mfie mienu ana miensen ekwan bɛn na metwɛn a kodu se ebedu saa mmerɛ no na metumi akɔyɛ saa settle status bi ebeye yie saa lawyer Asmah.
Now, the starting point in say, have you held pre-settled status for 5 years? That's the starting point. And I say, have you been in that relationship from date of marriage for 5 years?
Na endusa.
Nti, sa nipa no, sa wala ni huwe ya, sa nka ubetren mene edusa ansa wako weni mana. Nti, you are not taking advantage, you are not benefiting and to reduce the time because there's a divorce. You are only benefiting to continue the journey regardless of the divorce.
Okay.
And it's not the case to say, oh, you say, I want to good year and they made to me akomenim from maybe I made you be no. Made to me akomenim when you are ready to kowenim.
Sir, okay.
So when you are ready to proceed, the law says you can proceed on the basis that you have retained your right. And it's right now we're retaining no. Ube yusuba na ye I just a bring us.
Sanity.
Just say when you are right from date of marriage 3 years ago. I want to go midway. The man will settle status 2 years after, and that's 1 year after your marriage. 1 year in the marriage, 2 years holding pre-settled. Then technically, when you were right, for 3 years, we generally aka 2 years for 5 years before you can proceed to indefinite. So that there, many 3 years now we're in a guno. Make me a jump akwaji indefinite na no. Because I want to go ya. Some come to me jump many ye. Enti uko proceed because when you're 5 years in that relationship. Say a year relationship etwaso. And that's a relationship any hobby no, it doesn't matter. Because your right is retained from the moment worry nipa no a obey your family member no. So na tie dia answer ye ba masa question is say. So when you're 5 years there, you can progress to settled status on the basis that you have retained your right.
All right.
Under you.
So retention of right. Now let's watch it. Bone said, do na no. Eya na sa awaregyae no aye ne no na ejina so awaregyae ni bemu a eya no mu hu because obi wo ho a ne ese ne wakyerem pepepe esi wo sa aware ne wo ho de a sa aware ne wo ho na obetumi ato aso na aware ne ni ho na ntumi nto ana say u retain u right na obetumi ato aso a eno nso eye but yemfa ne se ho retention of right no say nipa kwa me ware no se me da so ware na me ye adwuma me ye bibia na me retain me right na se mbia ye ware afe ba ko pepepe e na eja ware no do I still because the whole thing is say me 5 years ne kra ejina obai ya na obai me so enti se ya ware na ejina ne so enti na ye de ma me na ware ni ho biom a na me 5 years na aso a questions be mba say oda so ne neti a obeka say there be no ohono na menti ase na enhye dan sipi no enti no menim so obi nso ne me ya adwen wa hade a na nka unche mu ho ne kakra so ema yembiom ne yehu mpacho.
Yo na mate. Na yebisa ye ho no ne se nipa no ne bre aso okoye application under EU.
Sir.
Nipa no ye an application under paragraph EU 11. Your friend no settled status and it's an indefinite leave to remain. Mrane says so wo be ye settled status application. Say ni how we no pre-settled no be the same thing. Prove say wa ware nipa no. Prove say mugu suti. Now, here is the case nipa we no omungu su ante. Then I just say munti biem. Na then I would be call eko prove say unini ni ho biem.
Ene me embia me fie foforo amakotena no.
Well, so when you kunu ni ho biem a aware ni egu a then I would be prove say aware ni egu.
Divorce certificate.
Very good. The divorce certificate will answer all those questions. Actually, say kofa we ibra. That is the retention of the right embedded in that supervening event. In this hour, you don't expect me to go and bring something from somebody who is hostile to me.
Okay.
And the law recognizes that possibility. And so, we prepare rather say the moment I which may provide the evidence say there is supervening event, a year divorce because you can't our real one you don't need to provide anything about signing panel.
Okay.
Because the which may provide that can one for divorce certificate anyway. So that's the point to be noted. Second point in it say, what about before divorce? Presumption they say before divorce no na moti ho sa ware for. Then you should be able to provide something say na mo ho sa ware for before that event.
Divorce. Okay.
And then I'm say there could be two scenarios. The main scenario no a divorce scenario and they obvious. Our nego divorce certificate ni. The other scenario will be said before divorce certificate the ma no na nyoma bi ekoso still actually say separation aba. Because separation is not divorce minti. We still take you say aware no ekonkon ho.
Okay.
Achia ba embuye. Nti achia there is separation. But because achia ninti odo no so ayeden achia. Because odo no achia ninti ni anaka ne no nipa no yema wo no onye ma wo biem. So onye ma wo biem a how do you have all the things that wunya to do your pre-settled? It's not possible. Could be a nipa no we tu afifie physical separation. And I said nyama ni nyina wa sesa asie. Even though oni una tifie. But unnim bibia biem. There's no way which may provide it. And no, you have to explain.
Yeah.
You have to make an argument in your application. You say, divorce no by that way. So there's no way I can have evidence. Before divorce, they are separated for about 1 year. Make sure sanka waru be year. Ebusuafo ebemu, namfofo ebemu, pastors ebemu, obia SSL obemu bia obemu by way of mediation. Anye yie. Sa time ni nyina no mpese mehu ne ekoso na brebom. Enti ni bibia no so na ne fie no na address kra no oyi fifie ho anase ne nyama no okoto a box no lock ye. Enti kino ato achi no kra minim ni bibia from that point. So how will I have anything from nipa way? But will you punish me because I can't have access to nipa ni bibi? No. You cannot visit that problem no on sa family member no you home eba no so from date of marriage.
Okay. Matia fena ya tia se ewo hono. Ya tia se lawyer internet se ne tie bia no akonya wo ho utumi nya sa evidence na na je se sia no evidence na tie sa evidence asem ya em se me internet na ye bi low kakra but evidence nsem ya no em say from day one wode wuti kwa akwahye bibie mu no nye ho se daachi nti no nneoma nkitinkiti bi wo ho a ubehia no ahyase etutu saa na mo no atutu ahyehye nneoma because ebekwa akodro na afa upewe na wonye no nso na akwahye bibie wo ho but lawyer na wa kire se ehia nti se fa 1 year mpo na divorce certificate ne ba metumi kire se ampa yet na ase 1 year eno nso metumi de aka ho amana yeye yeah that's it yeah what telephone lines it be adwuma whilst I still continue asking my question on me na eko na 020812310116 ubetumi afre bia na opese obisa question be particular about this thing be nso na nhye da emfa ho sa ne nyina ensuro bomode na frɛ telephone na frɛ na komo a wo no fabra na eni wundi ne fefefe saa so na obetumi afre 0739920848 obetumi afre no nso na yetumi ama wo moaye afe embia na ba bia wo no akonya emma wo ho na ntumi emfra na ntumi nkasa embohu obetumi ja voice note ode kote Neja voice note was our number way so 075 WhatsApp voice note no 07596620 ni nyina oya yebetumi ama wo answer ewa hanom na yakwenim Asmah yebeda ase sisi anom sa marriage nsem ya ofre emfra WhatsApp number no call the numbers on board. Asmah to be tiefo bi maso de o yenya your first caller me say emfra WhatsApp number no but kasa yetio.
Hello, good morning, Manati.
Good morning. Asmah pachote ne kasa no. Kwajo kasa na mintie.
Pacho person bisa lawyer question back baby. Pacho there will be you my friend or like you guardian.
Bisa say you will be bisa ana say
say you say bia you fancy bia o wa no. Bia fancy bia the guardian say bia bisa.
Ne guardian na ohwe no you for guardian bia na.
Bisa so betimi fancy bia betimi ahwe afaso ya application bia na.
Sa yo Asmah bibi sa ho what in the question e there?
Yenu no wo ho.
Patro wo so
Kojo.
Asmah,
yo Kojo yam fa say wadamfo ya wo bisa asam amani opeso ya application. Relationship ben na wo oni obi guardian bi or relation so what is the context? Obi no hwe no anaso no hwe obi.
Ono show obi.
Nipa no penny anakwala.
Penny.
Penny.
Oyare anasa no ho odin.
Oyare.
Nto oye no care bisa.
Kwa bisa.
Aya wo say bibisa. Say yes say bibisa dia. I mean, all these things and there are different permutations.
Yes.
There are different permutations. Into na ever can say catch wadam for say. Umbra na e say maybe e say me start me bisa question and some be am Matthias here because you can't answer a question whilst a nipa no di in some be esie. Enti bomadi na say wo catch wadam for say woni me be. Omo se frɛ na bra. Ya batna ase me ye di nkomo ye be wie na wa te no ho ase me so Matthias here ne ye hu kwan a ye be boa no. Se kwan da ho a ye be ka kire se kwan ni nie ba eye junction wo ho. Do junction ho a say na say we ye. Why?
Yes, yeah, that's okay. You share program name mammy, not share your mammy. Why?
You said only share WhatsApp with you.
May share pa kwajo.
Yes, and I appear on so.
Sir, you Mate, me the mouse is here. Why? My share online. Yo, me da se kwajo. Other for one home so me ma akwa ba eba edwumedie so mpacho wo kasa free me yente wonka.
All right, me da say manya me kasa free Leicester.
Yo, ye chia Leicester fo nyina.
Omo de me so Leicester fo nyina ya kradwa. my be information center be a be team or Leicester ha. Be a then a year and a ma I to say a fashion and who be
okay, it's you.
I may come as I threw one of the my years will be unfair. Okay, my back part in your daddy. Yeah,
okay.
The kind of say, that EU pre-settled as a mere came. It's a lawyer to say, it is circumstances, yeah, I bet Mamma will be time on the room, what the been of this is the isn't so Buno, so said ye and no distant and ye lawyer the moon. No, Mr. Robis and I be a BBQ
Abano, I should share him. Abana I share him. But you miss a last more high, dear last might know. You have me question what be no, I to meet you trust if you know one.
Omnus article or qua. Okay, Obeti, Intimi Bisano, a good affirm from him. You see, so worry, because you can't wear one, some nipper worry. You saw worry, you know, there's no way I'll be BBC. And see, so don't know, about was there forever. But Bibinti, I will go a back. Nipa no a onyama no pre-settled no wanka say adentin na woman me pre-settled. Oji tumu say onya 5 years nti yama no pre-settled. Na so onya 5 years e wa aware no mu a obekwa akwaje. Sa aware no wo ho a nka obebisa no nka obeka say okwa akwaje fast track na no. This aware ni why you asking about fast track?
Okay.
I want people to understand, sir. The fact that Weneguno doesn't create opportunity to fast track things. It's just even a better opportunity, sir. You bet me, let's not stretch that advantage. Amrano ekreti amanyeno. Some rano ekreti crown points one kebeden.
Yo, I think. Yemfa ba konso nansa na mema na kasara menkan was message ne ba kon citizen say good morning or please how early can one submit the application to a renewal for the 5 or 10 year route as the current one is expiring. We program me 30 a citizen enka we nyansa nra Uncle Ben eka wansem last week in so almost for the past month sa say for our application need 2 months and for 2 months no waka wasem sa but last ma ha mbia wonte ye dia obema umma last ma or see how early can you submit your application say baby wa.
Well, first say account 5 months, 6 months. But to me, I start the process, you know. Obviously, say 2 years you can't. It wouldn't make sense. So because say almost you bet me any time until would you continue abroad 2 years ever so, and that's 1 year ever so. But after be a wait 4 years, you know, account be a 1 year on the last one. I start the process, you know. But I would say 6 months to the last 1 month, you know, bet me I start it.
Especially when it involves fee waiver. So
yeah, especially the person or coffee waiver there, and even 8 months, it could be start because fee waiver it to me it take 5-6 months.
Okay. Me did this when yani answer. Odo for one ma so pacho ye kas ye tie wo kasa free.
Me pacho me kasa free London.
Yo.
Me mama good morning.
Good morning, mommy.
Me pacho me wa question this me a single mother. The last year me call Ghana me could here them me partner.
Okay.
Na what 10 years old no so no. Me juma full time. I hear na me akofa me partner na be join me ana. Me pacho me question.
Yo, last man me be ja. Ese onko a hyempe mu a winter ba na otete. Sisi a wakonya obi obetumi aka ne hyimu fa nche mekasa no. Enti no ono nso ya single mother. order 10-year route so obetumi akofa ne partner na beka ne ho ana embia oba beboa no nkwalahwe mu kra akwanya bi saa wo ho obetumi lawyers
Debi.
ontumi yo we de bi de abantam ntimi nuaba abantam ba se bibi na still embia na nnoma bi kikaka ho a obetumi ene meka se bomode akohu lawyers no eto de bi ana nsem ni bi wo ho a enam efidi a ye monitor ne ade no so maun legal definition and legal meaning na mbia on say yen krom for de ma me fancy free lawyers no say bibi a o memo ehu why ye da se nso ye da se odofo wa homa so ba twetwen na menka me message yi ba ko ye nwa Jays Edri ana Adri o say my cousin is on 3-year skilled worker route and has done 1.5 years. He decided to switch employers and was granted another 3 years leave to remain on this route. This means at the end of the 3 year, he would have done 4.5 years on the skilled worker route. Can he apply for 6-month extension in order to complete the 5 years? Then apply for indefinite leave to remain. And lawyers man pacho minu abema Jays na question ni.
So okay. Imrano makwan say obetumi aswitch employer. Obetumi if you be employer wo no ono ehya ase no akọ another employer. Another employer no the enya bi say aka me last one no a na ye den. But so kwa akoye sa extension na we na why sa extension no e wo who under whose name? Second employer na say first employer no. And I say one na we be ye wade. So there should always be a sponsor. Until some fans say second employer ya 1 month 3 years and there because our time in so also renew ma or renew more in the course of the renewal period e bia obehu say wo no aso then you can move on because who could move on with the indefinite baby so say have you been with the employer for this period, are you still with them, are they going to keep you and all that until indefinite no ntumi ko hye wo dem mu na won ye because when your employers na wie you still have to be with them. And that is one thing Ankrofo bebre adwen enko so. We are skilled worker na we na ukoye indefinite no a. Ye bisa questions bebre e kire say employment no embe wieye anase ugusu ewom. As say employment employer no so emma letters any representation e the support to application no. Until last 6 months no bisa who say why din mu na wo ba be application no. Ukopa employer fufuro number 3 and that's a second employer na or renew amao enti wama new renewed employment or sponsorship wo de kwaje fufuro nti ehwa na esa wo hwe enya visa no per se.
Okay, pacho say we nya ni answer no odofo wa homa so pacho me ente wonka okay say friend.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, nyina Joso.
My question is with regard to let's say for argument's sake, if there will be visa, they will for the same thing when you in time. Na no assignment na no pay a we. Okay, so is it I know say it's not been done in time, so probably I would term it as on time. The question is, and then are you illegal? And are you illegal? Is it inclusive? And I say it's not inclusive as a legal residence in the day expiry date, is it inclusive as a legal residency? And if so, I will. Or if so, will you also count towards the legal residency? And there's been a break. Thank you.
Yo, okay. Where are master? In time and on time situation here. You see, legal terms they say in time, but lawyers say. I mean, with even you can say educational system, no. Sorry, who submit any application for that matter, and I say assignment and thesis and anything, then you have the deadline. I know say sometimes there is a time specification. You name say day no ending at 12 p.m. And to me submit even 11:55 prana a course criminal and then date in the issue. And then I'll submit it. However, when it comes to the legal one, maybe like Asmah, the best person to explain whether what be illegal and I say what does it illegal. Lawyers man, but you say it's agreeable in way.
Well, date very relevant.
Right.
So I mean you call and so.
Also.
Oh, good. Director, it is saying
You.
wonderful. And and one man date 14th of June. Say visa no EU. Sanity.
Sir.
Sir. Or submit application no 5
No, what jina homa me. Ebewu and then no ebe see the bank and ebe see 11:59 p.m. So when you say
Yes.
into application no acquire before 11:59 p.m.
For 5 p.m.
But say acquire before 11:59 p.m. 14th of June and
yeah, and then for let's say 6 a.m. Submitting.
so the answer is yes. Acquire before and 11:59. Sanity there time or your application no or sitting. So that's in time. We are looking at instances
3C.
but I say oh there me ba ho.
Say a bet trigger 3C.
What that me ba ho.
Time.
So it's an exam. You had exam leave, so you are protected under 3C. We are looking at Obia Niwe free now all your application is 6 a.m. of 15th of June. John first and run a year and then I work na with the year and pay because be an system no down I was down to when to submit till 6 a.m. That means at the time no there was no exam leave. In that case, 3C will not be automatic, but you will be under 39E, paragraph 39E. But because paragraph 39E is there to also support in a way, no. So I'm rano extra no. Ube to me, engineer your application no, because you have 14 days grace period. But say ukwaye indefinite leave to remain in the future. You better count it. One day no we late no plus number of days I could do home office no. But in terms of protection for employment, whatever you have to do no, because I call you within 39 you know you are okay. But a kobasa would be query ya a wana ebesan back to hunt you.
Okay, what catch me into answer one man say or and then or before 11:59
or you okay?
In time. Thank you.
Yeah. So I didn't every empire but I know say date in an account. Once say a date na date na submitted the media. Sana me. What not 3C now cover. Now,
maybe a question is that me read the other articles here. They always talk about in time, no, like a day before.
I think maybe, but then generally, I mean, this applies to a lot of things. Near immigration, no be more deadline. I mean, him say up to that 11:59, no, that day, no, and in school. Yeah, submitting your man. Obitumati na computer ho na 11:50 na so kwa na no start enya sa na internet ne koye rough na ankwa obewa na asemaba enti no
over the man that will not some of the time.
Well, I know say I was some Eunice, but okay, time continue this call another debate another time. Now, a very healthy debate though. Now you who among crofo mo pre mbia na bibi obi wo ha day now submit you obi ho na computer na crash. Even law firms crash sometimes they face these problems. Obi ho na internet ajame na omo ye enko bo na etwa ne ho si sa na ekọ off na time na pa ho something that can happen. Enti happen I believe say home office for so my year a bit of grace period be and now lawyers make 39 no they can no. These are all legal terms. So won't ya say this ya church ya papa mu say na me papa mu e de amount na wenya ntia se keke ye beda ase ye te unka che na nse ye beda ase why bye bye odo for wa homa so kafra say we gina so ache mpacha ukasa free me ente unka Mpacha nama and 6577 me ente unka. Okay.
Good morning. Good. Mohammed, because I ready.
Yes, mpacha etio.
Yeah, me mpacha my question is my EU application I'm almost refuse on the basis that omonje proxy marriage into.
No.
But proxy marriage so by and medical Ghana High Commission committee attestation so it says the be genuine. And it's a my refuse application is 7% prove marriage certificate in genuine. But your requirements offer na make me afar. The more my dear to say our any genuine because almost because of so many our any to maintain or more any other evidence be provided our any subsistence. Might consider and also so. And how do I prove that marriage certificate in genuine?
Last mpacha ote.
I'm say you know or so.
Oh so mpacha.
Okay, so we read the refusal ni year. On my culture say sometimes no aya na omontin yo ma bi ase. Omo expect say obia be wo da ware ase. Announce data wo de ware no any data wo register ware no should be the same. Until sure say wo de no is either the fact say case worker no anti date of marriage and date of registration no asiye announce say a white certificate no mebo that's the main one the customary marriage there no mebo. The best way is say take it to court. There are a couple of them I'm fighting on about in court because now we be no we dey ade no call many bi mu a we metime agina so refuse already no me pay you for refuse or dada until your man here clear they will refuse you. The best you go to court, fight it, explain the law, the judge will understand, then the judge will say the first I won't him run doesn't mean say you are wrong. No why?
Because some himself prosy married the NKG tum last man. Nancy,
you can rather say aban eji saa aware no tumu a e wo saa oman no mu a omo so eji saa aware no etumu ko mo ntumi undermine another mra wo another sovereign state but when say uma because sometimes ya na Ghana say maybe other countries no date of marriage and the date of registration of the marriage are different under customary marriage laws. But we call ordinance laws are marriage and no date near the same. And we say green certificate, date the same. Date of marriage and date of registration. But custom marriage there, which me worry and then rather say you if you want, you can register by bringing notice to the government for registration in the future. Okay. So my worry and then 10 years later, I want it. Into my question and register my me. I didn't just say me worry. So 10 years later, no. Me worry 10 years ago.
And only adding. Yeah, that's some of these things. Yeah, Nancy, I say. Patro the phone one so Menuakasa now before from my family kind. Okay, yes, yeah, that's it, Papa. Thank you. Okay. Wumpuni Adam or say, please, which link can I use to apply for sponsor visa? Spouse visa, spouse visa extension 2.5 years, 10-year route. So, into wumpuni pe link na or the beye sadie no. Wumpuni say link ya obi say there. Set is a real program near there. Sana lo Asmah obet me a channel baby uncle fat sa application form no.
Oh, oba search FLRFP. Google the Bemano. Now I click Obakacha say if you're applying under blah 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 blah, follow this link. Why?
Okay.
It's a FLRFP.
All right. And Mercy Smith. Bisa, Mercy, thank you for that question. I see, but lawyer Asmah, DV cases are different. Though aren't they? Can you not get settled if case is DV related? And you know, my name DV. I'm the latest.
I think I responded in a way to Mercy, but the point is, in the conversation is not about domestic violence. That's why I didn't touch domestic violence. Because the question was clear. If my marriage is broken down beyond repair, what do I need? You need divorce certificate to prove that the marriage is broken down irretrievably. And domestic violence, you don't need divorce certificate because I know it's about life and death, harm. So you have to have evidence that your life is at risk. There is abuse going on, and this and this and that. In turn, you don't stay in the relationship, or you don't wait till 5 years time.
Yeah.
Right away, you proceed to get indefinite. It's a different conversation. That's why I didn't go there. Because today's one was narrowed.
Sure. And I think she asked this particular question based on Yankwala na or free Lester saying to be 5 years no so be to me try na ebro ebro no need divi na nka yenua ba kan ho any of course say marriage no montite no divi asema any esono no root no but like lawyers ma kan no na nka ye base say enye divi asem na ye kan ene but say aware na nkasa na bibinti no yentumi en kan bomu biom eno ho asem but DV ones no so as exception eno so ewo ho and definitely depending the foundation of that relationship and as a status aokita no DV be mo say be ma indefinite na be extend the amount eno so ewo ho enti no
now let me chip in this.
Okay.
Answer you know bisa senti bibia ni ho I just am trying no. It wasn't about anything say there is abuse or anything. Obisa say is there no other ways and means? This one there's no ways and means. Either there is domestic violence, so you are progressing it, or there's death or divorce. Death no will then trigger because death also has different. And so you can death and that, but say a death of the spouse and also no a progressive immediately. But because say you divorce no, because that death there, how will you prove death? Death certificate. So nimpano or pay ways and means in common ATR. How do you say death but make create ways and means around it? Yeah, so that is how a consultancy was far different from how
Sa yo you better see lawyer Asmah papa no question no you can say go back say girl no understand ya onya was our question tina na or can Sandra Smith no I can agree with you but we are actually focusing on this aspect of the law no near obetumi aye na ohu ateto sisi amre into me invite me no ba lawyer Annie na
and then we'll finish off with a summary once we are wrapping up.
Okay. And so Bema said animal ho na on Bema na
and then we'll finish off with a summary once we are wrapping up. So I will do the summary once we are wrapping up.
Okay.
Annie is on a training.
Good, that's good. In that case, no, it's here for national for do na mobile so na medical Adamasi lawyer Mercy Smith that's say when ya entias Danny that's so because of the time yen share na me some friend lawyer Asmah biom na ono potokase modas for the benefit of other neighboring countries omonte asie in this particular aspect of the law. I'm going to invite lawyer Asmah once again to give us the summary in the English version. Not omonsonya humfaso. So lawyer Asmah, Pacho, can you and that short way conclusion summarize the today's topic as to somebody without a tree language or better say vividly na onosuntu anamo.
Thank you very much, viewers and listeners. Today's conversation was about how do I obtain my settled status if my marriage to my partner as broken down beyond repair. Broken down beyond repair, we have defined it as divorce. So, how do I get my settled status if there is divorce? If there is divorce immediately after the marriage, or immediately after you have obtained your pre-settled status, obviously you should have had your pre-settled status before you move on to the next stage of settled status. The moment there is divorce, the law says there is supervening event, which creates retained right for you. At the end of the period of 5 years, having stayed on the pre-settled for 5 years, you apply for settled status on the basis that there is divorce certificate to prove that the relationship is no longer there, and so there is no sponsor to provide evidence in support of your application. There are other instances which we didn't touch, but at this stage we will point out that if there is death, you don't wait for 5 years. You can make an application because you have death certificate to show that your partner is dead. So you don't have to wait for 5 years before you apply. The next one is domestic violence. If there's domestic violence in the marriage, and as a matter of fact, there's no divorce, but there's life at risk, you rely on the evidence you have to show that there's domestic violence and apply for settled status. You progress immediately, but you have to prove. So those are the exceptions to today's conversation. But what we've also said is that the moment the marriage hits or the marriage becomes difficult to sustain, you have your right retained, but you must provide evidence that the sponsor is no longer in your life. If you can't prove that the sponsor is no longer in your life, then you have to provide evidence that the sponsor who supported you through the pre-settled stage is still available to support you. If you're not able to prove that, it will be difficult to make your case for consideration. So the nutshell is that you can still obtain your settled status even if your marriage is broken down beyond repair. Just make sure that you have the evidence of the divorce and you have evidence up to the point where there was separation or divorce, and make your application. It will be considered favorably, provided you meet paragraph EU 15 and EU 16, which talk about suitability of the applicant.
Yo, Asmah, you better say, listeners and viewers, I think this is where time will permit us to draw the curtains. Saying, you know, you did median beba every year, ewaha. Nyame aduma, ochna, the community and the law, ebeba so din. We have a very beautiful topic, headlines are, tene bebia, na obi bisa ho asem, ochna, yedi bedi hu eduma. Enti bomodia, yebo 4 o'clock sharp. Tune in to BWF Solicitors, your legal awareness so na the community and the law no ebe waso na wetumi etie bi ubenya uchefa ewum. I promise you that. Na afenso no ye di edwumedie no ebe wiye no me san bomonka ya ne say yi visa aba mo a mo nya emails no mombo modian check mo emails. Talking of emails, me ntwa me we ni so emails and crofo ede application me sramo dofo amutie me monhye ne nso emails ni bi wo ho a obeye na ne refi ni password emboa ye ma o ye kan say ne otumi de retrieve email in case of why your password nso skra ebi kra nso ennim sesi a internet ni we no se ne aye no it has come to stay uye den a email your name, your date of birth eno ni anamonto ade amiensa we ene ye de nante wiase sesi a we email with date of birth any udin ene ye de nante wiase mo a ntime sremo munya emails na muyi ye mu kreti a montro baby a mo be kai na mboa mo enti no sa me twa first one so enti me nto aso emreko Asmah then na de bejaye
for nashafo and then so that you say that say we you wife another husband and now you utinem na more pre-settled na aworo na egua ono nkyerɛ dɛ wabrɛbɔ wabewie ɛwɔ UK mem so wo breso dɛ rekɔ akɛyɛ extension after pre-settled date period na botum ayɛ ma wayeye wo hia dɛ it's evidence or divorce certificate no it's baka ho dɛ aworo wo egu nti sponsor na o sponsor wo no onyi ho biem tini ntumi nya ni bibiara mfa nka wa application ho ma ba wa ne ye ma wo na dada na it's a pre-settled no up to time and penny fee wa brebo mu no date 5 years no is oshasi from date I worry nti and can from date of what they pre-settled the mount nembom ebe can if data aware no what the see ho date of or your friend date of marriage no nti nkomo no numu ye ho nti se bibi na abotum etwanamo ye bobo
yo bibinya betum etwanamo na yebobo oye BWF Solicitors legal our donarity na BWF Solicitors for every problem you have based on immigration, litigation, mitigations, family law, the even Ghanaian law, no, they are there to support you to get your results positively. Inte no bomodea na ko huomo na ombeboa o. Ene edwumedie ye de abewi. Me gidi say wenya wodie wo. Na se wentumi mbisa question don't worry. Just call the office line more fourth floor Anna house. Call the office line. Na obi beje oso eye 02008 84937340 bomodea fresh anamawe na bisa wasem ombeboa o mediane manyeti weni ejedwuma ho a bomodea like it, share it na go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to the channel and then click on the notification button and rebi ebeba so bia no you'll be the first person to be notified. It's remo ehia take our YouTube no mon subscribe and my why BWF Solicitor ye domo pa nyame adoma na se ne ebesen hia. Bye bye.
Our private client services team is recognized for providing clear and practical legal advice to our clients in the United Kingdom and Ghana. Expert help with will writing, probate or estate administration. Our will writers and probate lawyers can act for you to obtain grant of probate and carry out estate administration on your behalf. The probate takes place after someone dies. If there's a will, the named executor is responsible for ensuring that the estate of the deceased is secured, assessing its value and paying any inheritance tax. If there is no will, the interstate and inheritance rules require similar responsibilities. Our lawyers offer strategic and practical solutions to the issues which clients face, whether it's in relation to succession planning, will preparation, probate and the administration of estates, immigration and visas, contentious family or probate disputes, administering estates often with inheritance cross-border issues, international trust advice including residence, domicile issues, wealth preservation, a fast, efficient service from SRA-regulated professionals, transparent pricing. BWF Solicitors, let us take care of probate.